Greetings everyone! Today I'm going to be teaching you how to fill out your member-initiated hours form. Member-initiated hours are really important to make sure that you have projects to work on when school is not in session. Not only are they helpful for finishing your service, but they can really help you to grow as a person as well. First, let's go over where to find your member-initiated hours form and other related material. In order for your hours to count, this form must be filled out and updated if things change. It needs to be signed by you and your supervisor and then returned to the Alliance. First, go to the Promise Fellow Toolbox on the Minnesota Alliance with Youth page. Once you're at the Promise Fellow Toolbox, click on Payroll and Timesheets. Under Payroll and Timesheets, you will see your member-initiated hours. First, we're going to go over an example provided by the Alliance. Then we'll look at an example of my member-initiated hours form. And finally, we'll remind everyone that this must be typed, signed, and scanned back to the Alliance in order for your hours to count. First, let's pull up the example that the Alliance has provided us. As you can see, the service activity listed, you have the name of the activity, which is a GED tutor, the organization name, Youth Link, the contact person name. This is just so we can call if there's questions about the service or making sure that you actually serve the hours that are on your timesheet with their email and phone number. And then a description of your service activity. Make sure that in the description of your service activity, you kind of calculate what time you're going to be serving. If it's going to be like once a week on a weekend, or in this case, once a week from 5 to 7 p.m. And then that really helps you to look at the anticipated number of hours that you're going to be serving. And then explain how it benefits your community and adds to your term of service. And then make sure that you do your total service hours at the end, which in this case is 52. Going down to training activities, you can see the name of this activity is the Restorative Justice 101 training. It has the training source, which is the Minnesota Peacebuilding Leadership Institute. It's a one-time activity. The description of the training activity is right there. Usually you can just copy-paste from the website the description. And then you can explain how this will help at your site. And then obviously the number of anticipated hours should also be listed on the website. Total number of training hours in this section is 80.5. Life after Americorps. This is one of my favorite sections. There's a lot of different things you can do to prepare yourself for life after Americorps. In this case, the person is studying for the GRE, the graduate exam. It has the standardized test prep. I think that you can just pick from a list for that section. And then studying for the GRE and taking practice bar exams. You can only do 20 hours, so I would just put that you anticipate using all 20 of those hours to study for the GRE. Then as you can see, there's a spot to be signed and the date, along with instructions. Next, we'll be looking at my member-initiated hours. As you can see, I have my name, my site, my supervisor. This first one, I've done the St. Croix Hospice activity, volunteering at a hospice to bring joy to people in hospice. I need to enter how this will benefit me and my community. It would benefit my community by creating a hopeful and helpful service to the elderly or those who are dying. And anticipated number of hours is 30 because I do about 1 hour a week. The next activity, if you go down, is upside down. Be careful you don't do that when you're filling out yours. But the one that I really wanted to show you was Life After Americorps. I'll be applying for jobs. So I'll be working on resume, cover letter work, job searching, and interviewing. You can use some of your Americorps hours for interviews. So keep that in mind as you move on from Americorps. The description of the Life After Americorps activity, I'll just be looking for applying to various jobs. And how does this advance my life? I'll have a job when I'm done with Americorps. And again, I use that maximum of 20 hours. As you can see, I have signed this and dated it along with my supervisor, Noam, and it is ready to be sent into the Alliance now. Now we're going to pull up instructions on how to put these hours into a timesheet. This can be found on the Member Initiated Hours instructions, right in the toolbox. There's a lot of really great resources here. We're going to go all the way to the bottom to the example of how to report member initiated hours in a timesheet. You would put them under training, all school assembly in the morning, and then I met with several focus list students in the afternoon. Member initiated hours, resume and cover letter updating. You can see here that they noted that it's in the member initiated hours plan. As we go down to the second one, Friday, no school because conferences, member initiated hours, attending a training on emotional intelligence in the morning, and spent the afternoon catching up on Encore data. So you can see they spent 4 hours working on their member initiated hours, attending a training on emotional intelligence. And it's noted that it's a member initiated hours. On Saturday, there was member initiated hours for volunteering at Second Harvest, and they did that for 4 hours. That falls under service because it's not a training. You're not going to a training, you are serving your community, but it is noted that it's your member initiated hours. So that's how you fill out your member initiated hours plan. If you have any questions, there's a lot of really great information and a frequently asked questions bar on the Promise Fellow toolbox right here. So if you have any questions, look up there or contact your trainer. Thanks everyone for listening. Go forth, volunteer, and have a wonderful day.